So my fascination was with the weird and the fringy and even the occult and the frankly magical and the heretical. But my method was always scientific. It was never to believe these things unquestioningly. It was always to take A.E. Waite's Book of Ceremonial Magic and, collect rosemary and steal the proper instruments from the village rectory and, save the host and then attempt the conjuration. And then if it failed, put a check mark after medieval ceremonial magic, does not compute, and move on. So I grew up in a small town in a very isolated situation, and nothing about this seemed strange to me. This method of approaching the occult, and I read J.B. Rhine, and I was all about statistically gathering data and so forth and so on. Well, somewhere along the line, and some people, interestingly, have suggested, both to me personally and then I've seen it in print, that these very substances and plants that I'm so keen for have somehow had on the mass mind the effect of generally softening heads, so that epistemological rigor has broken down and rules of evidence have been compromised, and now every half-baked intuition can come flooding through, and as long as it has its coterie of bleating adherents, it will take its place, in the great yellow pages of American Revelation as part of the spiritual smorgasbord. Well, I abhor this argument, because the whole point with psychedelics was to cut through the programming and the cant and the propaganda of culture to true truth, real reality, not to just initiate an era of intellectual permissiveness where everything in the spiritual marketplace was placed on the same pedestal as Euclidean geometry. And in a way, this is what has happened.